So I'm super excited. I just got myself some gymnastics rings here, hanging them up in my tree. About to do my first full body workout with them. I have no idea what to expect. There may be some fails, maybe some epic fails in this video, but I thought I would share this experience with you guys. There's a couple of reasons why I picked these up. Number one, the weather is getting gorgeous out here. This is a spectacular spring day. And I figure I'm gonna start getting out here and enjoying some more outdoor workouts here, whether it's with my dumbbells and my bench, with the rings here. Either way, I just wanna get outdoors, soak up the sunshine, soak up the atmosphere. Just gets me out of the gym, and it's just a different kind of experience. The second reason is I really want to develop the stabilizer muscles. I'm really finding in yoga, inversion practices, doing a lot of the calisthenics, yeah, I'm strong with dumbbells. Yeah, I'm strong with barbells and machines, but when it comes to some of these bodyweight calisthenic movements, not quite as strong. So I really want to make sure I'm developing more well-rounded physique, functional strength, for lack of a better word here, but I just want to challenge my body in different ways, and I want to have fun. So I'm going to do a full body workout here with you guys. We're going to kick things off with pull-ups. I enjoy pull-ups. I've been trying to work on my pull-up strength here, so we'll see if there's any kind of a difference here with the rings and any kind of stability. I'd say so far it's not all that much different than using a regular pull-up or chin-up bar. I guess the benefit is the freedom. So rather than being locked in just doing a strict pronated grip with your palms facing forward like this, or a strict neutral grip with your palms facing each other, or a chin-up where your palms are facing towards you, it's kind of nice to have that freedom where you can kind of work all of it in there. With these, I mean, that was close to failure. But with this workout here, I'm going to be staying well away from failure for most of the exercises. I'm sure there's going to be a lot more stability involved with some of the other movements that I'm anticipating I'm going to be able to do. I'm hoping I'm going to be able to do them. So usually take about 2 minutes rest between sets. For the most part, I don't really time my rest intervals. I just go based on when I feel fully recovered to get back at the next set. So I will pause this for a moment, rest for about 2 minutes, hit one more set. I'll show you guys as I'm playing here, probably do some B-roll footage of that second set, and we'll just get into the next exercise. Right now, I'm just gonna hit 2 sets for each body part as I'm just getting comfortable and familiar with these rings. All right, so I'd say this is the one that makes me the most nervous. Gonna try to do some dips here. Ideally dips to work the chest. Actually, it feels pretty good just getting up and stable, like when I'm locked into place. But if I have my, as soon as I start trying to dip here, let's see if I bend my knees. Wow. Trying to come forward. Okay, it's easier in the bottom position. Wow, the shakiness is it's unreal. I mean, some would argue, like, why not just do regular dips? You can hear the shaking in my voice because you're more stable. You can probably do more, but I'm assuming that once you learn how to do these dips and you develop that stabilizer strength in those muscles, you're gonna be able to crank out many more, and you're also going to be stronger in those stabilizer muscles at the same time. So eventually you'll get to the point where I'm assuming that you'll be able to hit the same number of dips as you would if you're on a stable apparatus. And now you're gonna have the addition of having some stronger stabilizer muscles as well. It might be best, I'm thinking, just based on that first experience. So chest dip, I'm trying to lean forward a little bit more here. Kind of almost like a Granda dip or Dronda, however, I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name, where basically you would want your body rounded forward a bit. I could have raised this up a bit more. Actually, that feels pretty freaking awesome. Great chest pump. I'm gonna stop it at that. Give it a little rest, but it might be a good idea to initially just keep your feet on the ground. Maybe lower the rings a little bit more and just kind of get used to the stabilizing of those. I mean, this is, mind you, I just did some other reps, but this on its own, oh, good stretch, is super, that's challenging in and of itself. So again, I'm gonna hit another set here after I give myself some rest. I'm gonna try feet up off the ground, but it may be best, I think, maybe one set, full body weight, second set, feet on the ground, just to get more comfortable. Or it could be good reversing it as well. All right, so let's give the upper body a bit of a break here, move on to the legs. We're gonna do a pistol squat here. Now, I find whenever you're holding onto something, I think rings can be a great tool for helping you learn how to pistol squat, as long as you're working on proper technique, dropping in the proper position. So for a pistol squat here, well, I can do it with my arms out. I mean, you can either hold on 1 foot at a time, 2 feet at a time. Sometimes I find that helps stabilize you. Arms out at the side if you want, reaching forward. So you see how you're dropping down. The knee is out past the toe here, and then get yourself up. You want to build that movement pattern. I find a lot of times when people are using rings, they end up kind of like they're squatting too far back, or maybe they're coming too far forward. So you want to make sure that you're training the right movement pattern. So let's begin with my right leg here. So I'm going to ideally barely use the rings. I'm trying to let myself sink into what's going to be my comfortable position. As you can see, my knee is over my toes, just past my toes. I'm sitting on my glutes, and then using the rings just a little bit to help get myself up. So it's gonna help stabilize myself. I can lower nice and controlled, so I can really help develop that strength in that eccentric portion of the movement, that negative here. So again, I'm not using, just barely, I just got one finger holding onto the rings here, just a little bit of balance. And I think the good thing with the rings, like even for someone like myself who can do a pistol squat without any assistance here, using the rings may allow you to crank out more reps, which is great. So even if you hardly want to rely on the rings at all, while you're doing it, maybe for the first few reps, and then use your arms to help pull you up a little bit more to crank out some more reps here. So what I love the pistol squat. I mean, it helps identify some muscle weaknesses and imbalance in that leg that you're working. But this leg here, you're also working the hip flexors. Like, I can feel my quads engaged. I can feel my TFL, tensor fasciae lata, engaged there as well. So the quads, hip flexors, TFL, I'm definitely like the psoas muscles. So all those different muscles that cross that hip joint here for the hip flexors, you're developing that strength that's going to transfer over into other movements as well. Next, gonna work the shoulders here, and I find that could be a tricky one. I mean, they're getting involved in a lot of the exercises that I'm doing here. There's no doubt about it that the front delts were getting used in those dips. Some of the delts, rear delts, getting used in the pull-ups, and even stabilizing with the pistol squat there, they're getting involved. A little bit tricky to kind of hit lateral delts with some of the movements, but I'm gonna hit the rear delts a bit here. The lateral delts are gonna get a little bit of work here. Basically, I'm just going to stretch these rings. I'm trying to pull myself up and rip apart. This actually feels pretty damn good. It'll be interesting to watch the playback of the video. So you can see my shoulder here, my right shoulder. I separated that about 5, maybe 6 months ago now. It's feeling pretty good. It's a road to recovery. I still feel a little bit of weakness, a little bit of stiffness, especially in the trap area here. But like honestly, with every rep that I'm doing here, it's feeling really good. So I'm squeezing the scapula, I'm squeezing my shoulder blades together a little bit. I feel them opening and I feel them squeezing together, working the rear delts. All this, not only am I feeling the burn, it feels somewhat therapeutic at the same time. So different from using like a machine or a cable to hit those rear delts there. That felt pretty damn good. Looking forward to the second set here. All right, let's see how things feel for the biceps next here. I'll get this from a couple of different angles to make sure that you guys are seeing what I'm doing here. So again, the positioning, like even with the rear delts, if I lowered it a bit more, it would have made a bit of a difference there. This actually feels like a pretty comfortable position. I mean, I could come in closer, bend my knees as well. That's not gonna make too much of a difference, but I want to kind of keep my elbows up and curl my body upwards. So I'm keeping my elbows tucked in. I don't want them like flaring out to the side to just lift me up here. Actually, I like the freedom now. So now I'm playing around. Again, this is my first time, so taking you guys along the ride for my first experience here. This is a challenge. It's actually harder than it feels. You got to be careful to make sure that you're not using other supporting muscles to pick you up. If I keeping your elbows up, making sure that you're contracting the biceps to get up there. Again, I'll play the other angle here after I recover for, usually I find, actually biceps takes a good 2 minutes for me to recover from. Triceps, shoulders, 90 seconds is usually pretty good. Depending on the leg exercise, pistol squats, no problem to recover from after 90 seconds or so. Leg extensions, leg curls, same thing, but like a leg press or a hack squat, 3-4 minutes, sometimes 5 minutes if I'm giving it. Again, I'm not going to start another set when I'm still winded like this. Want to make sure that not only are the muscles recovered, but I'm physically recovered, mentally recovered, and able to give the best of myself to that next set. Now we're moving on to the triceps here. This is something I've done before with a bar, even a windowsill, like if I'm doing a hotel workout or something like that where I'm limited on equipment. I just want to get a good little pump in. This is an exercise that I've absolutely loved, like a body weight tricep extension, so kind of like a skull crusher. But now I'm going to be using the rings here. So bringing my body weight forward, let my elbows bend. So the higher up the rings are, the easier it's going to be, the closer to the ground, the tougher it's going to be. And playing around with position, I mean, your elbows can be further in front of you there, or you can come down and have them a little bit tighter. So it'd be like up here would be more like an overhead tricep extension, which is challenging in this position. When the weight's lower here, definitely a little bit easier if I let the elbows stay a little bit more tucked. And again, that can be a form of a natural drop set where you start with the elbows high, and as you're fatiguing, you can bring them a little bit lower. That right there is an insane pump. Triceps are feeling incredibly pumped after that set. So again, rest for about 90 seconds here and hit another set. And the last exercise here is another one that's got me a little nervous, not quite as nervous like leading up to this video. I know this was going to be a challenging one. After doing the dips, I feel a little more confident in it. We'll see how shaky I am, because now my arms, especially the triceps right now, are fatigued from that past exercise. If I was doing this again, repeating this workout, what I'd probably do is do the biceps first. The triceps first, then finish with the biceps, so my triceps aren't as fatigued. Actually, what I'd probably do would be the order. I'd still do the pull-ups, the dips, the pistol squats, then triceps, then rear delts, then biceps, then this. So looking back at it, I think that would have been a much more intelligent way to structure this workout. So first I'm going to try to stabilize myself. So right now I want to get, actually that's not too bad. Ooh. So finding that right locked in place at your side, it was good at first. I felt pretty stable. But once I get those legs up, so I'm really trying to, let's see if I can hold this. There's a lot of shoulder stabilization, especially when that starts working around there. Being a little cautious with this. I'm determined. I'm going to give myself a rest for a second, but as I'm raising my legs, I'm not just trying to lift. I'm not just trying to lift the legs there. I'm scooping my belly in. So it's kind of sucking in a little bit, contracting the abs, scooping it in, kind of curling the pelvis upwards as I'm bringing in those legs. I'm not just relying on the hip flexors raising my legs up there, definitely fully engaging those core muscles there, and definitely bang for the buck. I mean, this is an exercise. It's like a knee raise. It's like a leg raise where you'd be holding onto the bars above your head. But for an L sit, again, you can do this with your hands on the ground or holding on to an apparatus that's stable on the ground, one of those parallel bars. This requires a lot more stability and core. It's definitely, the more you're using the core, the better. Because my butt's, I don't know if you can notice, but the butt's kind of pushing back a little bit as I'm tilting the pelvis forward and raising the legs. This is a challenge. Locked in. So again, I'd say right now, not so much it was the core that was giving out, it's the stabilizing of the shoulders. So how long I can hold that is dependent on the shoulders, not so much the core. So once the shoulders get a little bit stronger, then the stabilizer muscles in the shoulders get a little bit stronger, then it'll make this easier. I'll try to look if there's some other beginner ways to do the L sit using the parallettes. Because I mean, it's not quite the same like just doing like a knee, keeping your knees in close. I want those legs straight in front. I'm gonna give myself a little rest for a second, but I do find, even with a lot of the other exercises, like the core was very much engaged. So by the time you're getting to this point, the core has already had a pretty darn good workout. I gotta tell you, I'm loving, for this first workout with the rings, I'm kind of hooked. It's gonna be, and it definitely helps that the sun's shining. It's gorgeous out right now, so I'll be working on my tan while I'm getting these workouts in. But I think ideally will be a mix where I'm bringing out my dumbbells, the bench, my barbell there, and doing some weight bearing exercises with the dumbbells and the barbells, and some with my body weight using the rings here. I think a hybrid approach may suit me best. But this is kind of fun, just playing around with this and putting together a full body workout. Let's see, one more attempt as the train comes by. Get up. Oh, it's feeling good. Get up, hips. Let that train go. This is So that's a point I'm really trying to work on, is strengthening. Like, I know I've got tight hip flexors, but I also got kind of weak hip flexors, which yoga opened my eyes to. It made me aware of. So I want to try to get up even higher without like angling your body back. So really trying to improve the strength in those hip flexor muscles, as well as improving the flexibility in them. So I hope you enjoyed this workout. Do you train with rings? I would love to hear what your experience is like. I'm clearly gassed right now. Loving this experience so far. Looking forward to sharing more workouts with you guys, with the rings, with the dumbbells, just getting out here and sharing my experiences with you guys.